Hey guys, welcome back to the Conservative Core, where our goal is to shine a light on the ridiculousness of the left. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification button, and like button. There's a growing sense of disillusionment in America, particularly among black voters who have traditionally been the backbone of the Democratic Party. But as the years have passed, the promises made by the left have proven hollow. People like Jade are waking up to the reality that the Democrats have been selling a dream that they never intended to fulfill. Instead of progress, they've sown division, using race as a weapon to keep communities divided and dependent. And today we're breaking down a speech from a woman who did just that. Let's run the clip.
Jade Gillum right now. Jade, come on up. Hi. Jade is an incredible young lady, and she wants to talk about her kind of eye-opening experience of waking up to some of the lies of the Democrat Party. So thank you for being here, Jade.
Thank you. I'm flattered that you'd call me young at 44. Thank you. Like Miss Carey said, my name is Jade. I am a former Democrat. Unlike Kamala Harris, I'm an actual real-life black woman. And I'm a former Democrat who is currently registered Republican. I stand here before you today because I'm tired. I'm tired of the Democrats using the generational trauma of my people to garner votes. They invoke fear. They tell me I'm oppressed. They tell me I'm less than. They tell me I'm not good enough. And they tell me that my white brothers and sisters in Christ are my enemy. No. They are not. As a follower of Jesus Christ, Ephesians 5:11 tells me I must expose the works of the enemy. And the enemy is telling me that don't worry that I can't pay my bills, that I'm working 6 days a week this week and I'm tired. And I went to school and I have a career. I'm doing worse under this administration than in Donald Trump's administration, but I'm told to be afraid of a man who made my life better? Yep. How does that work? Make it make sense. During COVID, I knew more of my white guy friends that lost their jobs than me and my black girlfriends. We are the same in this country. All these Americans want the same thing. We want safety. We want prosperity. We want peace.
And there is more. And we'll run it in a second, but for decades, Democrats have relied heavily on the black vote, often treating it as a given. But what have they offered in return? More division, more fear, and more manipulation. Jade speaks to a truth that the mainstream media won't touch. The left has been using generational trauma as a tool to keep African Americans loyal to their cause, all while offering little in terms of real progress. They sell a narrative of oppression and victimhood, one that is designed to keep people dependent on the very systems that have failed them for generations. Jade's frustration with the Democratic Party is relatable, and rightly so. Millions of people share the same message as her. She's tired of being told that she's oppressed, that she's less than, that she should fear her white neighbors. And who can blame her? The Democrats' entire strategy hinges on division, convincing people that they are victims, that they need the government to save them, and that anyone who disagrees is the enemy. But Jade, like many others, is waking up to the fact that this narrative is nothing more than a tool for control. And Kamala Harris, who has been paraded around as a symbol of progress, is a joke. Jade's critique of Harris is spot on. Despite being in a position of immense power, what has Harris done to truly uplift the African American community? Instead of focusing on policies that would bring real change, she aligns herself with celebrities like Megan Thee Stallion, promoting an image that does nothing to address the real issues facing black women and men in America. This isn't empowerment, it is exploitation. And then there's the economic reality that Jade touches on, a reality that the left conveniently ignores. Under the Biden administration, millions of Americans are struggling to make ends meet. Inflation is through the roof, gas prices are unbearable, and the cost of living is skyrocketing. Interest rates have skyrocketed because of the printing of money the Biden and Harris ticket has done, and this has made trying to own a home something only for the wealthy. But instead of addressing these issues, Democrats continue to push their divisive agenda, telling people to fear Trump rather than looking at the actual results of his presidency. Jade's life was better under Trump, as were the lives of many others, but the left doesn't want you to hear that. They'd rather keep you focused on fear-mongering and identity politics. Hell, Kamala is even going on rallies saying if you elect her, she will fix inflation.
Just to get by, but to get ahead. Because while our economy is doing well by many measures, prices for everyday things like groceries are still too high. You know it and I know it. And when I am president, it will be a day one priority to fight to bring down prices. I will take...
Like what? You are literally in office right now. Do something right now. Jade also highlights a crucial point about the so-called racial divide. During the pandemic, she saw more of her white friends lose their jobs than her black friends. This isn't something you'll hear from the mainstream media because it doesn't fit the narrative they're pushing. The truth is that Americans across the board are suffering under this administration, regardless of race. The economic hardships we're facing don't discriminate, and it's time we start seeing each other as fellow Americans rather than as pawns in the left's game of identity politics. But let's keep running Jade's speech.
And the Democrats keep going back and look, check it out, right? I honor my ancestors and the people who fought for us to be in this room here today. No one is discounting what my people went through, but honor them by getting past it and invoking forgiveness in this culture. I'm so tired of being told I need to be afraid. I'm so tired that I need to be told all the time that I have to vote for the Democrats who have done nothing positive for my life at all. My life is totally worse than it was during the Trump administration. Yet I kept having, you must vote for the Democrats. We're told this as black people since we were a child. Let's honor our ancestors by doing better and honor them, because they're rolling over in their graves hearing the fact that Kamala Harris is having Megan Thee Stallion twerk and showing our bodies as these like just vessels of lust. That's not cool. These women out here are being told that Donald Trump is like their enemy, when really, Kamala Harris opening up the border, look what happened to Laken Riley. She's a woman. She was a woman just like I am. No woman, black or white, wants that to happen to her. All of these people whose kids are dying, the black moms, the white moms, they all cry the same color tears. Yes, yeah. So let's move past this. Let's vote for Donald Trump so we can all be prosperous again. Let's get out of this fear, this rage, and this anger, because it comes from the devil. So hear me, black folks. Hear me, white folks. We are so much more alike than we are different. Oh, yeah. We need to forgive each other. We need to help each other. And I don't owe the Democrats anything. They owe me. They're to serve us. They're public servants. Stop putting them on a pedestal. Make them work for us.
Jade, thank you very much. She's right. Since Joe Biden and Kamala Harris took office, our lives have gotten tougher. It's harder to afford food. It's harder to afford basics. I'm talking to people who are retirees who moved here thinking it was affordable. And now at 80, they're looking to maybe get a part-time job. I don't think you should have to go get a job at 80, guys. And I'm looking at a young generation. Some of them I see actually here in the media. My kids are young. They're 19 and 21. And my daughter said to me the other day, if I work every waking hour from the minute I wake up until the minute I go to bed, kind of like what Jade just said, 6 days a week you're working, you're still struggling to make ends meet. She said if I work every waking hour, I'd still not be able to have enough to afford a home. We have priced out this young generation out of the American dream, and they're never going to be able to get back into it unless we see a serious change come November 5th. And that change comes with voting for Donald J. Trump for president, Carrie Lake for U.S. Senate, and Republicans right down the ticket, right?
Powerful speech from Jade. What's really telling is how the Democrats react when someone like Jade speaks out. Instead of addressing the legitimate concerns she raises, they try to discredit her. This is the left's playbook. If you can't win on the issues, attack the person. It's a classic tactic of a party that knows it's losing the argument. They can't afford to have people like Jade speaking the truth because it exposes their lies and threatens their power. But the tide is turning. More and more people are waking up to the fact that the Democratic Party doesn't have their best interests at heart. They see through the lies, the manipulation, and the empty promises. They're starting to realize that the left doesn't want them to succeed. They want them to stay dependent, to stay angry, and to keep voting for a party that has done nothing to improve their lives. And let's not forget the role of the mainstream media in all of this. The media has been complicit in spreading the left's narrative, presenting a one-sided view of the world that ignores the voices of people like Jade. They've worked hand in hand with the Democratic Party to keep the truth from getting out, to keep people angry, afraid, and divided. But the rise of independent media, social media, and voices like Jade's is starting to change that. The truth is getting out, and the left is terrified. The Democrats' obsession with identity politics is another part of this equation. They've spent years dividing Americans into ever smaller groups, pitting them against each other to keep themselves in power. But this strategy is starting to backfire. People are tired of being told that they're defined by the color of their skin, their gender, or their sexual orientation. They're tired of being told that they're victims. They want to be seen as individuals, not as members of some oppressed group that needs the Democratic Party to save them. I mean, Just listen to how Kamala tries to use a fake accent when she speaks to different crowds.
You know, the one thing about all of us is we like hard work. Hard work is good work. Hard work is good work. The thing that we like about hard work is we have fun doing hard work. Thank you to the sisters and brothers of UAW for all you are and all we will do over these next 89 days. God bless you.
This is cringe, and so many people can see through this. The Democrats are losing their grip on the black community, and they know it. That's why they're doubling down on their divisive rhetoric, their identity politics, and their fear-mongering. They're desperate because they see the writing on the wall. But no amount of fear-mongering can stop the truth from coming out. The truth is that the Democratic Party has failed the very people it claims to represent. It has used them, exploited them, and kept them dependent, all in the name of power. But people are waking up. They're seeing through the lies, the manipulation, and the empty promises. They're realizing that they don't need the Democratic Party to succeed. They can succeed on their own. They're realizing that the left doesn't want them to be independent, successful, and empowered. The left wants them to be dependent, angry, and afraid. But that strategy is starting to fail. In the end, this isn't just about politics, it's about freedom. It's about the freedom to think for yourself, to speak the truth, and to pursue your own path in life. It's about breaking free from the chains of dependency that the left has placed on so many people. It's about rejecting the lies, the fear, and the division that the Democrats have been selling for so long. And it's about embracing the truth, the hope, and the unity that can bring this country together. Jade's story is just one example of a much larger movement that is happening across this country. People are waking up, speaking out, and breaking free from the left's grip. And as more and more people do, the Democrats' hold on power will continue to weaken. The future belongs to those who are willing to stand up, speak the truth, and fight for their freedom. And that's exactly what we're seeing happen today. Well, that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching. And make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like this video for more conservative news daily. See you in the next one.